Proper prior planning prevents poor performance. Plan your work, work your plan. And if you fail to prepare, you're preparing to fail. No matter how you put it, you got to get organized. You got to prepare yourself. You got to take some stock. Okay, I get it. It's not easy, especially for a more go-with-the-flow personality like myself. It takes extra work to plan. But if you put that extra work in, you're going to be that much more productive. You look at the most successful people, they have a plan. They're not just floating around all over the place. They know what they're doing. They have a purpose. And that's why a lot of times when you see them walking around, they're walking at a good pace. They're brisk. They know where they're going. They have a plan. They're going somewhere. They're not just a drifter. Okay, so when we talk about goal setting, one of the 3 parts, or one of the 5 goal setting worksheets that we have talks about creating an action plan for yourself so you know exactly what you're going to be doing on a regular basis. Okay, a lot of people look at goal setting just more as, hey, write down your goal. Great, okay, that's excellent, but that's like probably 1/10 of our goal setting system. Okay, so that's one small part of it, just writing down your goal. That is an important step, but you got to do other things too. So our worksheet, week 3 in goal setting, is having an action plan. So writing down on a weekly basis what you're doing and breaking it down. We break it down into all different areas of your sport. So technique, what are you doing? Strength training, conditioning, mindset, nutrition, flexibility, plyometrics, tendon strength. That's 8 different areas there, and that's just for sports. Now, what about your action plan for school? How frequently are you studying? When are you setting time to do your homework? Then think about spiritually. When are you taking time to pray? You're going to need to pray at least 15 minutes a day. Are you blocking off Sunday as a holy day? Are you going to Mass? Are you going to church? Are you giving that day to the Lord? Or is it just more selfish? I'm just going to take that day to myself. In any area that you're trying to improve, you got to have a plan. So when we talk about an action plan, there's no doubt about it. It's got to be numerical. You've got to put numbers on the action plan, or it's not an action plan. So it's got to look like when you're writing down things for your sport, your faith, your school, your career, whatever it might be, it's got to say like 5 days a week, 20 minutes, 3 days a week, 50 reps, 3 days a week, whatever it is, there's got to be numbers. Okay, so it's how many days a week, how much time, or how many reps. They're all numbers. And the reason why is you want to make your action plan binary. And what do I mean by binary? Yes or no. 1 or 0. You did it yes, or you didn't do it no. Okay, so it can't be like, yeah, I kind of did my action plan. I get it. Like there are different degrees, right? It is better to do more of your action plan than less, right? Of course, that's true. But you want to make it concrete enough where you could say, I did my action plan or I didn't do my action plan. Either check or X. That's how simple it's got to be. And when you have a total number of days or a total number of time or a total number of reps, you know, right? So if you said, as far as on a nutrition plan, I'm going to have this many cheat meals a week. Put a number on it. Or you're going to give yourself 1 day off a week. And what foods are you going to be eating throughout the week? Writing it down. I'm making this substitution for that. Instead of regular milk, I'm having almond milk. Instead of white bread, I'm having whole wheat bread. Right? Putting it down. Actually writing it down. And the same thing with our technique. I'm going to work on this certain skill for 20 minutes, 3 days a week. Or I'm going to practice this movement, 50 reps, 4 days a week. That's an action plan. Okay, when you say your mindset, for those of you that are doing our mindset program, you're going to review the last worksheet that you went through for 10 minutes, 2 days a week. You're going to go through your pre-competition routine 2 days a week for 15 minutes. You're going to execute the mindset plan of life every day that we lay out for you in Self-Knowledge Week 1. You're executing that plan of life. Spiritually, you're going to need at least 15 minutes a day of prayer, like we said before. You're putting in the 15 minutes a day. You're reading the Bible 10 minutes a day. Spiritual reading, 10 minutes a day. Going to Mass weekly. Going to confession once a month. You actually have numbers. It's got to be numerical when we have an action plan. So make it binary. 1 or 0. Yes or no. You did it or you didn't do it. Sleep. That's another area. Rest and recovery. Are you doing your rest and recovery? So sleep. I'm getting 8 hours of sleep. I'm going to bed at this time. I'm waking up at that time. building in distractions like for rest and recovery. Again, so if you think of video games, I'm going to, again, assuming that your schedule permits it, you're building in half-hour video games or half-hour of TV. My brother used to, and he was extremely organized, got a lot of work in, my brother Greg, and for him, he would block off an hour of time to watch TV. And for him, that was his recovery. Like that 1 hour was his time. It might seem like a lot, but for him, who was stacked with everything that he was doing, that 1 hour was his time to rest and recover. That's fine. That's a totally different story than we're burning 3-4 hours watching TV. It's got to be planned. It's got to be structured. So I know for a lot of people, it might take extra pains, but do it. You won't regret it. You're going to be in better shape. You're going to feel more confident with yourself, and you're going to get a lot more done. Mindset makes the difference.